Hello, hello. Good morning on this lovely Sunday morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Angel. Thank you for stopping, clicking, and watching. So, can you guess what I've been doing? I've been crafting. So, therefore, I was kind of, I felt really in the mood to show what I've been crafting. I've been wanting to do this for a little while, this video. I do enjoy making bits and pieces for my practice. And so I thought today that's what we'd do. We'd jump in and start, with a few bits I've been making. So the first thing I've made is this journal. This was made on, well, basically Friday evening until like 3 in the morning because I get, so like engrossed in what I'm doing. Until maybe yesterday, still not finished, but it's looking good, I think. Anyway, this was made out of an Amazon envelope. I'm going to pop a picture in the up now so you can see what it was made from. And I just basically cut off the edges, cut off the ends, and made it from that. I haven't bought anything, I don't think. I haven't bought anything to make this journal. It was just like a whim. I was just like, I just got a really good idea on Friday, and I was like, yes, let's do this. So anyway, so this was the way it turned out. These are just my doodles, me personally doing doodles on this, and this is some material which I had kicking about at home in my crafting stash. Some paper, obviously some ribbon which I stuck on, and then the back. It's the same again. It's like some old material that I had, which I used acrylic paint on because I do like me some colour. If you see my channel, you'll know that. This is obviously old paper. I used a stencil here and here. This is an old piece of, not old, it's new actually. What's it called? Like, you know what your onions come in when you buy them from the supermarket? It's that. It's totally that. So that's what I stuck on there. Some pictures to match the colours, I felt. And some tiny sequins. I don't know if you can see them here and even here showing up, if you can see that. I hope so. And then this paper was the paper that you get when you what's the word, when you buy like a flower, like a plant in a shop, and they wrap it in that paper for you. Anyway, so I kept that paper and it's really, really good, so I used it for that. And I haven't finished the edge yet because I'm a bit naughty, so yeah, that's probably going to be covered, I think, in some way. But anyway, so far so good. This is what this looks like. Inside, let's see if I can just move this over slightly so you can see it, so you know what's going on. Inside, I edge the cover with the same paper, and even here, so of course. And the paper is actually made up of, the paper I used to make the signatures is made up of adult colouring pages, packaging paper, just old bits of paper that I had. And I even used, like paper bags that you buy your shopping in. I have quite a few of those at home, and I was like, what am I going to do with this? And it suddenly occurred to me that I'm going to use that as well because it's quite good and thick paper. So I cut up those that were going to be, just recycled, and use those in here as well. So yeah, and thanks to Candy Soul and Soil, I think that's the channel name, Candy Soul and Soil. I'm sure that's what it is. I'll put the name on the screen if I've said it incorrectly. I saw her video that she made recently. Or wait, was it on that video or was it another video? I'm not sure because I'm an avid fan of Candy's channel. Although I don't know I can't get the name in the right order. But generally when you say Candy, people tend to know what you're talking about if you're in this kind of sphere, as it were, on TarotTube and YouTube. Anyway, so she did a video and she was talking about gesso, and I was like, oh, gesso! Ooh, yeah, I'm going to try me some of that. So I got this. I think I got this on Friday, which is why this project started out actually. So yeah, and this is, as far as I'm aware, this is what gesso is. It's this stuff, and it kind of makes your pages. Obviously, if you're an artist, as it were. As far as I've understood correctly, you can use this to paint over any canvases that you've already painted on, and then you can start from a blank canvas. So this kind of makes everything a blank canvas, and it also helps to strengthen. So these pages are stronger now than they were initially. We have the gesso on it, so that's what I use that for. Holy moly, I'm so excited. I'm speaking so quickly, aren't I? Calm down. I'm going to be calmer. I promise. I promise. Yes, this is a cafe filter. Yes, I'm going to do a page with a cafe filter on it. And my plan is that I don't, not that anyone's going to look through my journal, but I don't want all the text or anything I write in it to show. So I've done up little hidey pockets. The same here. This is the shopping bag. Let's do this. And even like things like this, I went all the way through and just added some pockets. And even here. So yeah, so that's it pretty much. It took, well, I mean, you know, it doesn't matter how long it took really. It took, you know, Friday evening, sitting there until 3 in the morning, because I do get, you know, what's the word, immersed in my projects. And I was like, I wonder what time it is. And I was like, oh my lordy lord, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. Let's go to bed, shall we? So yeah, this was a dust cover of a book. This is my altered book project actually, dust cover or jacket cover of the book, which I didn't want on anymore. So I just thought, you know, why not? We'll pop it in and then we'll, you know, use this. So the plan for this journal is to be I think I want to be like a spell book, but for my artwork, I think. I think I want it to be what I wanted my altered book project to be from the beginning. I think if you've seen my video about my altered book project by Claudia K Vintage on her channel, I mentioned at the beginning when I started that project that I wanted to do the book project, but I didn't know what I wanted to use it for. And I kind of was getting all, you know, higgledy-piggledy and like, oh, I don't know what to do with it. I had all these ideas. And then at the end I thought, this is not supposed to be a stressful or like, you know, involved project. It's just supposed to be a bit of fun. So I just started, you know, doing the prompts every week. And I feel that sometimes I feel like I want to use this for I'm not explaining myself very well here. I want to use this book for things that pop up in my practice, to explore and to honour and to, what's the other word I'm looking for? Honour, explore and it's almost like it's almost going to be like a magical diary almost for things that are popping up in my practice. Yeah, I'm explaining this really badly. I don't really think I know what the plan is for this one either. Is like I haven't really. It's just gonna be. I'm not gonna put any pressure on it. It's just gonna be. And whatever pops up, I've got some really good ideas that I want to try out and to work with. So it's going to be an art witch practice diary type thing. Are we done with that? I think we're done. But you get my drift, right? I feel like I'm babbling. I'm totally babbling. I'm moving on. Okay. The next one is this is also a journal that I've made. This is a crystal journal, obviously, because you know this is what it says on it, and it's for crystals, obviously. Now, I made this a wee while ago. I made this out of a Jiffy envelope, which I'm going to pop some pictures in now so you can see. So pretty basic. It was just like one of those Jiffy envelopes with the paper inside, not with the plastic inside. Although you could make it from that, but I didn't have one of those, don't think. So I came upon this envelope and I was like, ooh, yeah, let's make a book. And, you know, why not, as you do. And I kind of come upon the thought that I want to, obviously I do have books about crystals, but I wanted a book that was just with my crystals that I could like deep dive into so that it can be a really quick reference for me myself. Anyway, so I use my acrylic paints and I'm really totally feeling pinks and purples at the minute, especially lilac and purple. So I just painted this with my fingers, finger painting for my inner child because they loved it. And then I drew on these crystals here and even here. Let's do this so you can see it properly. And I'm really happy with it, actually. I'm really happy with the way it turned out. This is just like, you know, plain on the back. And then inside, you know, you're going to see the same again. I added, let's do that. I'm hoping you can see this now. I drew some more crystals and painted them in like acrylics. This is the same, this is, what's it called? Adult colouring page paper again. I've got some different sizes, so I use some of that. And yeah, the packaging paper. Now I have kind of started this, and now I'm thinking, because I don't know if you can see here, this A4 paper is not very thick. I really like this. Anyway, I'm thinking now that I'm going to use the gesso to paint over it. Advert for gesso. I should have shares in the gesso company now. I'm thinking I'm going to paint over what I've already done here, to make the page stronger and to make it so that it doesn't go through onto the page. Anyway, so my plan is to, yeah, add in and write all about the crystals that I have in my collection. So on these pages, I used a very basic stencil that I had. So I just added some stencil bits in here and there and everywhere. Yeah, so that's that. And then I even added in, where's the pocket gone? So I can show you that. A pocket. These are all the little, well, we get them here anyway. When you order a crystal, they come with like this kind of thing, so you know what your crystal is for. So I added those in there to keep those safe. That's another pocket, another adult colouring page there. And then I even did the same, let's have a look here, a little bit further on. This was just one signature actually. Here's the pocket there. This is just one signature which I used. I personally prefer using just one signature, like, you know, sewing in. A signature is these pages that sit here. This is called a signature. And I tend to prefer, because I'm lazy, I don't want to sew in several, I tend to prefer this, just with one signature. It's like, you know, bish bash bosh, off you go, sew it in, and you know, it's done. The other one that I did yesterday has got 4 signatures in it, and that was, I mean, it doesn't take very long. It's just a bit fiddly, and I don't want to do fiddly. I want to do creative stuff, and, like, you know, slapping paint on a page, and, you know, finger painting and getting messy and getting my hands all, you know, all you know, painted up and stuff. I don't want to be, you know, dilly-dallying with you know, fiddly bits as far as I'm concerned, unless it's of course with painting, and that's fine as well. Anyway, that was a long story, but yeah, so that's that one done. And I did the same here in the cover. I added some crystals and even yeah. Yeah, so that's quite a chunky book, and I do really like it because it's like a bit squidgy and puffy. Lovely, lovely. That's that one. Oh, you're knocking stuff over. That's not good. The next one to move on to is, let's do this one. Now, this little baby was actually a hard bread box. I'm going to put the picture in the comment section so you can see it. And I just, you know, stuck it together, added some of the packaging paper to make it tougher and stronger, and then painted it. And this is a card holder, like an oracle card holder that sits on my desk now. There you go, there you can see it. Look at that. That's really well done, isn't it? That's really sexy. We'll keep onto this side so you can see how much it's been transformed. Yeah, and it just sits with my oracle cards in it. And it was, you know, I didn't buy anything to do it. It was dead cheap. I had all the stuff at home. But it really makes a great card holder. It's also, which I used it for before I decorated it, I also used it as like a pen holder. And I'm quite naughty, not naughty, but, you know, I tend to scribble down ideas when I get ideas about things. And so I gather all these, like, I'll show you here, like all these like folded up pieces of paper, which because I'm at work or whatever, and I'm like, oh yeah, I should write that down as I forget. And so I pop all those kind of things in here as well with pens and with glue and stuff. And this just sits on my table when I have been creating my things, you know, crafting. And then once I decorated it, I was like, oh, you know, I really want it as a card holder. But now when I'm sitting here, I'm thinking, I did quite like it with all the bits and pieces in it, and it was a really good size, and it held quite a lot. And now it looks funky. So I don't know. Anyway, card holder or like crafty pen, glue, things, holder. Not sure, but I love it anyway. I love the colours of it. Yeah. Anyway, we're moving along. Moving along to a shelf unit that I made. I'm going to pop some pictures in here. So this shelf unit was made from a box that I had got home, and on the box I think it says in English, please reuse me, and I was like, oh yeah, you better believe it. So that box was made into a little shelf. I really wanted a shelf unit like this, like a triangle shelf, or like is it the hexagon shelves you can also get, but I didn't want to I'm not a big fan of buying new, really. I like to reuse, recycle, and upcycle. So even if it was from a charity shop, it'd been fine. But I didn't really want to go out and buy something new. In my experience, I kind of experienced that I'm not a big fan of new things. It doesn't spark any joy in me. Whereas if it's a second-hand thing, I'm like, oh, I so love this thing. It's like a treasure that you found, you know. So that was digressing. Sorry. So I upcycled the box. Decided on this triangular shape, which I'm going to pop a picture in now so you can see it. Yeah, and reinforced it. I did the little shelf, which I'm not sure if you can see on the picture there. A little shelf with 3 layers of cardboard to keep it really strong. And yeah, put it all together, glued it all together, obviously, and yeah, and then painted it. And this is the finished product. I absolutely love it. I love, 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 love it. I think it's gorgeous. I'm thinking of possibly, what's the word? Covering it in some kind of varnish or something to make it a bit stronger, and also to help with the dust, because at the minute it's only acrylic painted, and I've put some gold around the edges. I don't know if you can see that either. So I'm thinking just to finish it off and to seal it almost. Okay, we're moving on. We're moving on to the last item I've got to show you today. That is a folder I've made. Now I'm going to start just by saying that I made it. This isn't finished, by the way. This is still in progress. But you can't finish everything. Yeah, excuse the hoo-ha malarkey, not being finished malarkey. This was a folder, and my thought process behind this was, I started this quite a long time ago, a few months ago maybe. My thought behind this was that I really want to make this because, oh no, wait, let me start by saying that this is made out of like a cardboard packaging that you get from a bookshop, and when you order online. So your books come in this, and you rip the tab, zip, and you open it up. And this was not like this. This was something else. Anyway, so my thought with this was that I'm not very good at starting. I'm not very good at. Let me just go back to this. Let me show you this. I'm not sure where to start this conversation, so I'm going to start with this. I'm not very good at having like a book like this, a sketchbook, and then using the first page. That really freaks me out. Not freaks me out, but I'm like, oh, I don't know what to do on this page. So instead, I thought I'm gonna stop that pressure of myself, that creative pressure of like, what should I do on the page? What should I do on the page? It's a blank page. Oh, I don't know. Ooh. And make a folder instead, so that I can rip out that page and it's just a page on its own, and I can just throw paint in it or do whatever I want with it. And my thought was that this is going to be like a spell work folder. So it's a kind of the same thing again with the whole. The first journal I showed you, that's the newest item, or the newest journal that I've made. This was quite a few weeks ago now that I started making this, and I had already started doing these kind of one-page spells. So I wanted somewhere to keep them safe once I'd used them, and I wanted to kind of document them almost. So that's what this is for, although it's not finished as yet. The inside is done. Pretty much. I used this is the same again. This is that adult colouring page paper, and then I had an old book which I ripped out and I popped in, and I did some doodling on it, and I had some like roses from a magazine that I popped in, and then this was part of the actual box, except I pulled it out and then remade it, so that these open up like this. Let's do this. These aren't stuck down as yet. Nothing's finished, unfortunately, although the spell was in there. Anyway, so these are going to be like this, where you lift them. Let's just do this. See if I can show you properly. So you obviously, they're going to be stuck down. They're going to open like this, so you can pop in the A4 pages. So behind this is some more doodling, which I did. On this page, there's an eye, as you can see, and it's the same again. It's going to open like this, and it's going to hold the pages, the spells in here. Then I did some doodling on this side, which I really like. I'm really happy with that. So yeah, so as you can see, I kind of jump around with what I'm doing, and I even jump around with how I'm creating. Like, this isn't finished at all. This side hasn't even been done yet, and this side hasn't even been done really either. The back has been, whoops, dropping things. The back has been created. This is my handprint, obviously. Yeah. So It's actually, thinking about it, it's only this bit really, and this bit that's left to be done. Why have I not finished this? I don't know. That's very bizarre. But that's what this is going to be. This is going to be my, yeah, also for my page spell works, I feel. So yeah, when that's finished, that's going to be gorgeous. Oh, I'm knocking everything down. It's going to be gorgeous, I think. So yeah, so that's that. I'm knocking the bits down, pieces down. Let's just pop these back up again. So yeah, I think that's it. I think we're done. I think I've kind of showed you all the bits and pieces. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna say, go to Candy's channel. I feel that now at the minute she's doing some more like artwork and journaling videos. And I love all her content, but her artwork and like when she's speaking about her journals is really, really inspiring. I've got to say, when she was talking about the whole she did her video on journals, and very recently actually, and getting over painting on the first page, that totally, I'd already kind of crossed that bridge, thankfully, myself, which was what this is how this came about, because I didn't want to be having one book and having to use the first page, because I find that really daunting. I don't find it as daunting when it's like the journal that I've just made, like the scrapbooking, or like not scrapbooking, but like the scrappy paper, because for me it feels like I can only make it better. It looks like turt, so it can't look any worse. It's also kind of my thought. So so that's why that makes it easier to start on a page. And from the altered book project, I've also learnt that, which when you're younger, you're kind of I don't feel you've got as much free license, and when you're in school, for instance, you always use the first page and you carry on page for page. Whereas, now, and being an adult and, having free license and doing whatever you want, and seeing Claudia Kay's altered book project, she was talking about, you don't need to use the first page. You can start in the middle page. And Candy also took up that in her video about not just using the first page. You can start on the 5th page. You can start on the back page. You can start in the middle. You can start wherever you want. And that, for me, is like really freeing. So that kind of... yeah, it was a really great tip. It's also, yeah, it's definitely an excellent tip, and I would definitely recommend both Candy's videos and even Claudia Kay's Altered Book Project video from the beginning, and obviously it's an ongoing project for a year. Oh, holy moly, that's a lot of speaking, isn't it? Anyway, I think we're pretty much done. I'm going to thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a lovely morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. Take care. I'm going to go and, try and get this stuff off now, because, it doesn't look very good, and I've got work tomorrow. So, hey-ho. Yeah, take care. Thanks for watching. Toodaloo.